गजेंद्र शेखावत जो कि
Welcome everyone. Am I audible to you all? Yes. Hmm? Okay. So let's continue the session. I share my screen with you. I hope my screen is visible to you all now. And I remove few note sheets from here, the books. Yesterday, we were studying about the list. So today we study in deep about the all data types. Okay. Python list. There are 4 collection data types in Python programming language. First is list. List is a collection which is ordered and changeable and allows duplicate members. So I will explain one by one everything. Tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. Allows duplicate members. That is unchangeable means unmutable. We could not make any change in the tuple. Third is a set. Set is a collection which is unordered and unindexed. No duplicate members. Dictionary is a collection which is unordered, changeable, and indexed. No duplicate members. When choosing a collection type, it is useful to understand the properties of that type. Choosing the right type of the particular data set could be mean retention of meaning, and it could mean an increase in efficiency or security. So I explain you one by one, show you the things. The list is a collection which is ordered, indexed, and changeable. In Python, lists are written with square brackets. So this I am writing a list: mango, apple, banana, cherry. Mango I have written 2 times. So it is the, I have explained you, allows duplicate members. So mango I have written 2 times. And ordered and changeable I will explain you. So I am making this list and the name is this list and I print this list. First I remove these all, clear the outputs, then I will run it. So I am getting this. So order is whatever the order you have written here, the same order you will get here. Got it? That is the ordered. And the indexing is there. Indexing is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the indexing. And changeable, we could change. We could do any manipulation in the list. So how to access the items from the list? So in the list, I want to access the item from this list. So the same procedure here I will do in this list what I want to access the item. I will use the square bracket for accessing the item. And I want to access apple, banana, and cherry only. So I will use what I will write here inside this square bracket. I am putting the index number here.
0, 1, 3, 4.
I want this 3. 0,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Are you sure?
Mm. 4 because last one is not included.
Correct. What it? Is it okay now?
Yes.
So in this way, we would access the elements from a list, and we could save this list in another way. Suppose I save this list as a L1. I do it. And it will not give me the output now because there is an object name. If I write the L1, then it will give me the output. Okay. And so in this way, I could save it. Negative indexing I could also use, which I explained yesterday to you. Okay. Is there any doubt regarding it? Okay. And the range of indexing I explained earlier just now. These all things are the same. You run this script, you will get it. The same thing, negative. And if you want only one element out of this, okay, single element, you could also negative indexing, you could use the range is this one, colon we use for the range. Now I want to change the atom value. Okay, so this is the list of apple, banana, and cherry, or I want to change the first item. First item is the banana and the first index. Now I want to write instead of banana, black currant, and I print this list. So it is the black currant now instead of banana. Got it? We could apply a loop in the list, for loop. It is for the iteration. And this list, apple, banana, cherry, if I use the for loop for this, so I will get a different format print X in this list, print X. So you will see what will happen. So I will get in this apple, banana, and cherry.
Sir, the for loop, I'm not more confident or sure why we use this for loop.
Sometimes we require the iterations, one by one. So I will explain you. This is a separate script we have for the for and the while loop. There you will better understand. Okay.
Okay.
So in this way we are getting it. Check if item exists. So this I explain you in is we have a keyword. So print apple in this list. So it will give us the true and false. Okay. And I am using the if function also, if conditional statement. So if mango in this list, print yes, it is in the fruit list, else it is not in the fruit list. So I will run it. So it is for the this print apple in this list true. Otherwise, I don't want the answer true and false. I want some statement as per my requirement. So I could use the if function, if statement, conditional. And if this condition true, then it will apply here the first, this one. If this condition is false, then it will apply, it is not in the list. If instead of apple, instead of mango, you see the mango is not in this list. So it is not in this list. If I write instead of mango, apple, so I will get the first statement. Yes, it is in the fruit list. Got it? Any doubt? List length function we have. So we could use the length function. They are the 3 elements. We want to add item in the list. There are 3 items in the list and I want to add one more item. So I will use the append, the object name dot append. So the add an item to the end of the list. It will add on the end of the list. Okay, after cherry. So I will show you this. So it is the apple, banana, cherry, and orange. Got it? Append. If you want to add on the specified index, not at the end of the list, you want somewhere between banana and cherry. So it is the second index I am insert. We use the insert function instead of append. So I will get between banana and cherry. Orange is between banana and cherry. It is the second index 0, 1. It will add the second index. It presents the second index is cherry. When we insert on the second index orange, so second index would be orange. The third index would be cherry. Does that make sense to everyone? Append and insert. Yes, so difference between append and insert you got. And the insert arguments is the first argument is the index and the second argument is the item, what you want to add. Understand? This is the arguments over there. Remove items. There are several methods to remove items from a list. If you want to remove one particular item by name, then you will use the remove function. This list dot remove banana. If I run this, if I don't write banana, just a moment, and I run this, what I am getting? Error. Okay. And if I run in this way, banana will be removed from my list. Pop method removes the specified index which you want. I want the second one. So that is the cherry will be removed. Okay. If I don't write anything in the pop function, what will happen? It will remove the last one always. If you don't write anything in the bracket in the pop. But in remove, you have to write down the value. Here in the pop function, we use for the index number. We not use the value. Here we are using the value, the name, whatever. Does that make sense to you? If you write down the index, then that will remove. Otherwise, if you don't write down the index, it will remove the last one. Does that make sense to everyone?
Okay.
If I want to remove 0, so the apple will remove now. Okay. There is a delete, del keyword removes the specified index also. So we use for the delete also. This list, it is a keyword. So it will not come like this. It is a method. So method will come with after dot of the object name. But the keyword will come first and then space. And the keyword will automatically convert in different color. And this list and the square bracket 2. 2 means the cherry. So it will delete the cherry. And this delete function, we could delete the whole list also. Okay. So if I delete this list, I'm not mentioning any square bracket over here for the indexing purpose. And then I print this list. So I see what happens. So this list is not defined. So this list object is already deleted. This complete object is deleted from the environment. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And there is a clear method. Clear will clear these items from the list and you will get in result blank list. Clear the list. It will clear all the items from the list when you will get the blank list. So this list dot clear. You will get the blank list. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next we see copy a list. It is very important. The copy in Python is little bit different from R. You cannot copy a list simply by typing list2 is equal to list1. Because list2 will only be a reference of list1 and changes made in list1 will automatically also made in the list2. It was a view of list1. List2 would be the view of list1. It will not be the copy. So I will explain you this. This list apple, banana and cherry and print this list and I am copying it as a my list. I want to copy it, but it will not copy. I will show you. And it is just the reference of this. Okay, it is the view, a reflection of this. And then I print my list. Okay, so I will see what it is. And then I append one another element I include in my list, not in this list. I am including in the my list, which I copied. And then I print my list and this list also, the previous this list. So I run it, you'll see it. So in the first print this list, I am getting apple, banana and cherry. Got it? And then I copy it and the print my list. So again, I am getting in the my list. Got it? And then I append mango and the print my list. This new one copied. So apple, banana, cherry, mango. And finally, I print again this list. So I'm getting the change which I made only in the my list. I am getting also in the this list. Got it? Okay. So it is not a copy. It is the view. So there are ways to make a copy. One way is to use the built-in list method copy. So dot copy we have to write whenever you want to make a copy. So you don't just write like this and then after this list you dot copy in this way. Then it will be a copy and it will not change this list. This list would be same. It will not change. Got it?
Okay.
Yes.
In above case, like you have written, insert 2 grapes. If we'll do that after index 2, it will be added.
Yeah.
Above.
Yes.
Okay.
We could add these also na my list if you want.
Okay, so it will be added after cherry, like 0, 1, 2.
After cherry.
Okay.
I either I use this and this. So we could use the insert also we could use. So I'm using only one. Okay. For explaining. So here you understand how to copy. You have to write down the copy. Okay. We have another way to copy to use the built-in method list. So what I will do, I will create a list and I will make a new list with a function list, this list. So I don't want to put the copy, dot copy, then I will use this one. Okay. This is the same. There is no difference between these two. Got it? Any doubt up to now? Yes?
No.
Anyone has any doubt? It is just a view of that. It is just a view. These are the same thing. We have given the another name to that. One person have the different name. Okay, like a nickname, or maybe just my name is Praveen Parmar. Somebody says me data scientist, somebody says me some other professor, some doctor. The person is same now. The same thing is here. In Python, it will not copy. It will just the reference of that with a different name. Okay. So whenever you have to make a copy, after making copy, if you change here, it will not apply on the previous one from where you have copied it. It will not apply over there. It will just remain here. Okay. Now it is the separate entity, my list. Here both are same. Is it clear to all?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, if you take this list example, and if I have to find what is the index of cherry, then how it can be coded? That I wanted to know.
Position you want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, I will explain it also. Okay. And this we have seen. Now we see how to join two lists. Okay. So there will be function use the which and this all. I will explain later on the function. We apply some function for finding out that thing. Okay. As in the R, we use the which equal to that. In that way we search it. So there are several ways to join or concatenate two or more lists in Python. One of the easiest way or by the using plus operator. Okay. This operator we will use it. So list 1 I am taking ABC, list 2 I am taking 1, 2, 3, list 4 I am taking 4, 5, 6, list 5 I am taking list 1 plus list 4. List 1 plus list 4. So you will see list 1 plus list 4. Okay, this and the print list 5. So I have printed this list 5 and the list 3 is list 4 plus list 2. List 4 plus list 2. It is the list 3. Is there any doubt? I have done two lists. I have joined two different lists. Now, another way to join two lists by appending all the item from list 2 into list 1. So the list 1 and list 2 we have, and the 4, we'll use the for loop here. For x in list 2, list 1 append x. X in list 2. So list 2 element, whatever, it will append in list 1. Append means it will add on in list 1. So I will show you. Got it? Another function, we have the extend function. Extend method to add, that these are the method basically. Sometimes because I teach or are also, so sometimes I say function, but basically these are methods. To add list 2 at the end of the list 1. So extend list 2, list 1 dot extend list 2. So what element you want to include? We want to include the element of list 2 into the list 1. So we will apply the extend function on list 1. Okay. So it is the same thing. Now I will explain you both things later on. We have in the different scripts. When I tell you about the OOPS, object-oriented programming concept, there I will explain you what is the method and what is the function. Okay. Is it clear? So how to add the elements in a list? We have seen the various techniques we have, and we could add this. Now we have the list constructor. Generally, we create a list with a square bracket, the simplest way. We have a constructor also. Constructor means we have a function defined list. So we could use this list function, and instead of square bracket, we write the list as we use in the R also. List apple, and here we have to use the two round bracket, not the single one. The double round brackets we have to use. Okay. Inside one round bracket, we have to put down another round bracket. So that is create a list, and you will get the output in this way. Okay. Constructor is basically a function which they have developed to create the data type. We are constructing some data we are doing, so that we use for. Okay. Without constructor, we could also make the list with the square bracket. These are the constructor for the list. You could construct through this also, that list. Does that make sense to you? We have some other methods. The clear I have explained you, copy, append, count you could use also. Returns the number of elements with the specified value. Extend, and this all you try, and you will get some more things in the list. Okay. Now we study about the second data type, that is the tuple. Tuple is collection which is ordered and unchangeable. This is ordered. As you write, you will get the output in the same order: apple, banana, and cherry. Getting it? And there is indexing also. Okay. So if I run this, I am getting, you can access the tuple item by referring the index number inside square brackets as we have used in the list also. Negative indexing is also applied. Range of indexing is the same as the list. So I will not explain this whole thing again. Changes tuple, change tuple value. Tuple values, we could not change the tuple. Once a tuple is created, you cannot change its values. Tuples are unchangeable or unmutable, as it is also called. But there is workaround. You can convert the tuple into a list. You convert the tuple into a list, and you make change in the list, and you again reconvert that list in a tuple. So that is a way to make change in a tuple. So I am making a tuple. When you make a tuple, you have to use the round bracket. And in the list, we are using the square bracket. In the tuple, we are using the round bracket. So here I am making a tuple apple, banana, and cherry, and I will print this tuple. And then I convert this tuple in a list, and I give new object name, that is y. Here it is x for the tuple. And then I will convert the first, instead of banana, I want to write the key. Okay, changing the name, making some change in this list. And I will print this list, and then I will convert this list again in tuple, and I will print the tuple. Okay, so you will see it. In the round bracket, there is a tuple. It is the first tuple. And then I converted this tuple in the list. So it is my list of that similar tuple. And then then in list, I am changing index 1 as a key. This is my list. And I converting that list again in tuple. So I'm getting this one. Is there any doubt? Yes. So this is a way to make changes in the tuple. Because Raj, sometimes we get the output in tuple of the some methods, what functions we use in the Python or the methods, we get the output in tuple format. And then again we want to make some change and some amendments later on, that how we could change. Okay. So why we required this technique. Okay, these are the techniques we could follow if you are getting the output. Some functions give us the output as a tuple. You will see later on. Okay. This tuple, I'm making the loop through a tuple. So the same as we have done in the list. So x in this tuple, print x, so it will be on the vertical format. You will get this whole thing. Check if items in exist. Exist, I have explained you in, and this is all the same thing. Okay.
Sir.
Yes.
So why it is in vertical format? Like last time it was like horizontally.
No, for loop you always get the vertical.
Okay.
I will show you in the list also. We'll see. Getting it?
Okay.
This we have done. Items. This, I don't have to explain this. This is a requirement to explain. We have done this in the list also. In and this element, check the element exists or not. Okay. And the tuple length is the same function length we will use. Add items. So we could not add the item in the tuples. You know that we could not make any change. So we get the error. We convert in list and then add the item, then you reconvert in tuple. If you want to create a tuple with one item, so we see what it is. You know that the tuple we use what? We use the round bracket and we are making the tuple only with the one value. You will see what I am getting. The class is the string. It is not a tuple.
It's because there is double quote.
No, it is not for the double quote. I could put the single quote also, but it will give me the class string. It is not a, it is not a class. It is not a tuple. It is a variable. But if I want to, then I have to put a comma. And then I run. Now see the class is what?
Tuple.
So that is very important. If the single element tuple you have to create, you put the comma after that. Okay. Otherwise, you will get the variable simple. Okay. Remove items. We could not remove the item from a tuple. We could delete the tuple. The whole tuple we could delete. Okay. So delete keyword we could use and we could delete it. Join two tuples. So we have a one tuple and two tuples and we make this tuple through the plus sign. So we are getting, we could join the tuple. And the both are the tuple. Similarly, in the list, we have seen the constructor. Here also we have the constructor tuple. In this tuple, we will use the two round bracket again. Okay. And we could create a tuple. Does that make sense to everyone? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are few functions I have mentioned here. Dot index. So you could see the index 2. Aditya?
Yes,
are you
sir.
getting? This dot index function you could use also in the list.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You want this thing now, which index is equal to cherry and this all things. So they have given this index function. And the
Yes.
count apple I will show you. So it is 2. Why it is 2? I will show you this tuple first. This 2. You see how many times apples are there?
2 times.
So it is giving me 2. If I write the cherry, what I will get in the count?
1.
1. Oh, I have written the count. Sorry, cherry. The return count was not there, so it is showing me 0. Clear? So count you got it?
Yes.
Correct? So how many times they are there? We could see the counting. So you understand what is tuple?
Yes.
Now we see the next data type, which is sets. Sets is a collection which is unordered and unindexed. Okay. And Python sets are written with curly brackets. So we use the curly bracket in the sets. So why it is unordered, I will explain you. I have written the banana, cherry, and apple and I print it. So I will show you. You see the order is same or not?
No.
Eh?
No.
So it is unordered. In the tuple and the list, the order was same. Okay. So if order is not same, the indexing is not there. We could not access the element from the set. Okay. So in the list you see, I just showing you what is the order So you see here the apple and banana and cherry, it is the order. It is not in order. Okay. Cherry, apple, banana, you see the different. You cannot access item in a set by referring to an index since sets are unordered and item has no index. But you can loop through the set and items using the loop or ask if a specified values is present in the set by using the keyword. So this is the by loop I could do it, the cherry, apple and banana, and I could use the in keyword, banana is here or not. I could ask that thing. Okay, that is true and false. Change item. Once a set is created, you cannot change its item, but you can add new items. You could not change the item because we don't have any indexing. Without index reference in the square bracket, we could not change the item, but we could add it. So we have an add function. If you add one item, you use the add only, and you will get, it would be unordered. It will not at the end or what, it will be wherever it will come. As per the algorithm, it will come over there. If you want to add multiple items, then you will update. And the multiple item, whenever you use in a function, you have to use the list. Understand? In the Python, we use list, but in R, we use the vector. Understand?
Yes.
Mostly we use the vector in the R. But in Python, everywhere we have the more than one item. Then we use the list for adding or everything. Okay. So we are using the list here. And this item orange, mango and grapes, I am going to add on here in this set. And I will see the final set. I just remove this output and I will show you. So the cherry, grapes, banana, mango, apple, orange. Got it. Length of a set, we get the same function. Len. Remove item. So the remove an item in a set, use the remove or the discard method. So if you use the remove method, we know that the remove method in the list, or we use that the remove, we require the value. So here we are putting the value, that is a mango here. Okay. So I am going to remove the mango. So mango is not there. Mango is not there. So it is giving me key error, mango. If I write here the banana or the cherry, whatever, I write the cherry. I run this. So now there is apple and banana only. No, it will not always be random, Raj. There is some algorithm is applied over there in the set. Okay, by which it we get it. It is according to bytes of the your element. How many bytes are there? So according to that, it arrange the things. And this is the remove and remove banana by using the discard method. So now we use the discard method, but I am using first mango. So I will show you the difference between both. In the first, when I in the remove, when I return the mango, mango was there in it was not in there this set mango. When I put the mango, I have got some error. But here, if I put the mango in the discard, that is not in this set, and I see what output I get. So I won't get any output. I get the apple, banana, and cherry. It will not give me the error. Got it? So it will not give me, discard will not give me the error. If I use the banana, then it will remove the banana. If you are writing something else, it will not give you the error. That is not here. It will give you the remaining whatever is there. Does that make sense to everyone? And discard and remove, what is the difference? Note, if the item to remove does not exist, discard will not raise an error. I explained you that thing. Note I have given here. You can use the pop method to remove an item, but this method will remove the last item. Remember, the sets are unordered, so you will not know what item that get removed. Understand? So first you print it, then you apply it. So you have the cherry, apple, and banana. Okay. So this set.pop we are using. So X, to print X, what you have pop? So we have pop the cherry. Cherry it will remove. Okay. Apple, banana will remain with you. I have also printed the which we are going to remove. Yes.
Sir, like for default, it will be taken from back in case of pop function for removing.
What?
Like here for pop, output is apple and banana, right?
Yes.
So cherry is only popped out itself by default.
Pop. Pop is the removed. I have taken this X as a. Okay. Otherwise, if I don't use it, it will just give me this set, only this one. Okay. No, apple and banana. But okay. I want to mention you what is the pop what we get in the pop. So that is the X. X is that what we are going to remove.
So like I wanted just to know, like by default from -1 it will be taking, or
I write something more there. And I see what we get here. Got it?
Yeah. So like
we could not say anything. We could not find, we could not guess what it will remove.
Okay.
Okay, because there is no indexing and no order.
Okay.
Del keyword we use for the removing the whole set. So you will remove it. This set is not defined. Whole set has been removed from your RAM. And clear, I explained you. It will remove the elements only. Give us the blank set as it has given us the blank list. Okay. Now, the next thing is join two sets. Now, there are several ways to join two sets in Python. You can use the union method, or returns a new containing all items from both sets, or the update method that inserts all the items from one set to another. So we are using the union method. The first set I am writing the ABC, and the second set I am writing the 1, 2, 3. And the set 3, which is the set 1 dot union set 2. Okay, so I run this. So you will get this 1, 2, C, A, 3, B. It is also unordered. If I update, if I use the update function, the similar function, the set 1 dot union, instead of union, I am doing the update. And then I will show you. So you will see here also the 1, 2, C, A, 3, B. So any method, the method will respond me the same way. Okay, if either I use the update or the union. But the difference is what? In the union method, we have some other name, set 3. Got it? But here it will change in the set 1 itself. It will include 1, 2, 3 in the set 1. Okay. The difference you see in the both. Here set 1, set 2, and the set 3 we are getting this thing. Here we are getting this in the set 1. We are including set 2 in the, we are updating the set 1. Set 1 dot update set 2. The set 1 we are updating with the element of set 2. Okay. And here set 1 dot union set 2. So these two sets we are making the union of these two sets, and the new name we are giving the set 3. Is it clear to all? Output would be same. Any doubt? Yes. Okay. Now the constructor. Same here. Set, double round bracket. Set is a constructor. Same thing. Could create a set through this. Any doubt? Now we see the set operators. The difference between two sets in Python is equal to the difference between the number of elements in two sets. The function difference returns a set that is the difference between two sets. Let's try to find out what will be the difference between two sets A and B. Then set A minus set B will be the elements present in the set A but not in set B. Set B minus A, the elements present in set B and not in set A. So I'm creating a set A and set B. Few elements are similar. 40 is here, 40 is here, 80 is here, 80 is here, 30 is here, 30 is here. Few elements are intersecting. So what I am doing, set A minus set B. So what I get, you see 10 and 20. So I will show you this, how we are getting this. Got it? So when I am writing A minus B, so A minus B is this one. Okay. The elements which are in A, not in B. So this element 10 and 20 only in A. That is A minus B. Got it? Yes. And B minus A, I will get 60 and 100. If I run this, B minus A, I will get 60 and 100. We have a syntax A dot difference syntax set A dot difference set B for A minus B, this operation. And for this operation, we could use this also. Okay. This is the same thing what we used earlier. This is the same thing what we used here. We can use operator to find the difference between two sets. So Python code to get the difference between two sets using difference between set A and set B driver code. I am the set A and B. I am taking the name now only. Previously, I have taken the set A and set B name. Here I am taking the A and B only. And if I print it, so I will get the same thing, the print A minus B. That is the same thing, set A minus set B. Instead of set A, set B, I have written the name A and B. So not a difference. Now, difference update. The difference update method removes the item that exists in both sets. Difference update method is different from the difference method, but because the difference method returns a new set without the unwanted items. And the difference update method removes the unwanted items from the original data set, So A and B. So A dot difference update B. And then I print A, the item A set will change. A is now 10 and 20. Previously A was 10, 20, 30, 40 and 80. So which are not in A means the intersecting item 30, 40 and 80, because 30, 40 and 80 is here also. So it will remove this and only give us the item of set A, which are not matching there in the set B. But here we are getting some other. We are not getting, it is not making the change in A. We could save with a different name. Does that make sense to everyone? Sets are defined. A is this one and the B is this one. We could union it. So first I will show you the union.
Sir, wait, sir. Hello.
Yes.
So in above case, you use difference update method. So I did not find any difference. I mean, a difference.
No, it is change in the set A. It makes change in the set A. It is not making the change in the set A. If you print the set A, you will get the set A same. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. But here you are printing the print A, then you are getting 10 and 20.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So it has updated the set. It has updated the set A with difference.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understood.
Now I will talk about the union. Union, you know that include all the elements of the both sets. That is a union. So you see, what is there? Just a moment. This is the union. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Got it? The union, all the elements.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
In set A, you have at the end you have put a semicolon. Why?
Yes, this no. This
so all the cases we have not used a semicolon, but here you have used. Why?
No, don't use. Don't worry about it. That is not required. Sometimes we write there.
Okay.
Why we use? I explain you. Sometimes what happens? We write in a single row. Got it, madam?
Yes, sir.
No, sometimes because sometimes we don't enter it and we don't use the another row. In the same row, if we want to write so many items, whatever the data types, you could use the colon, semicolon, and write the. So it will all be in your global environment now. You could use it. Okay. So that is the why, because I forget to delete. Sometimes it is in our practice and we use it. It is the union, you understand now? Now we see the intersection. Intersection, everybody knows which are the common in the both data set. So we use the AND symbol. Here we use the pipe. Okay. And you see the common is 2 is there common and 4 is common. So we get the 2 and 4. Okay. Got it? Intersection. Now about the difference. Difference I explained you earlier also. Zero, 8, 6, 1, 2, 3. Here is the 0, 8, 6 in the set 1, which is not in the set 2. And 1, 2, 3 is not in the set 1, which is only in the set 2. Got it? Is there any doubt? And this is the symmetric difference. Symmetric difference will include 0, 8, 6, 1, 3, 5. The non-intersecting numbers, elements it will display you in the both sets. So I will show you this. Okay. This A minus B union A B minus A. Okay. Is there any doubt?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes.
Instead of using numbers in a state, if you use the strings in a set, can you do these kind of operations there?
Yes, yes.
Union, intersection.
We could do it.
Okay.
You could do with the strings also. Okay. You write the strings in the codes and you could do that. Or if you want, I will try one. Except mango. Mango is the intersection in the both. Apple, banana, cherry, and orange. Okay. Which are not common in the both data set. The elements which are not common, it will show us that thing, the symmetric difference. Okay. In the union, you will get the all element. If I write the union, get the all element only once. And if I use the AND, I will get the intersection, that is mango only. If I write the A minus B, then I will get the orange and apple. And if I write the B minus A, I will get the cherry and banana. Okay. Is it clear to all? So set methods we see These are the set methods. We don't have any other constructor for set. Okay, there is no constructor for set. So this is about the set, and there's a last data type in the Python basic. That is the dictionary. A dictionary is a collection which is unordered, changeable, and indexed. There is an indexing. In Python, dictionaries are written in curly brackets and they have keys and values. So these are the keys, brand, model, and year. And there is more than one value, you have to put the list in the square bracket list. Okay. And I will print this dict for you. So you see, this is my dict. Brand, model, year. Okay. Now you want to access the item from this dict. So I want to access the model. You can access the item of the dictionary by referring the key name inside square brackets. So I will just run this. I am getting the Mustang and XYZ I have written here. These two items are there. There is also method get that will give you the same results. So you could get the this dict dot get. I am using another object name for this, and I am printing this Mustang XYZ. We could change the value. Here you see we have the value like 1964 and 1980. Instead of 1964, I want to write the 2018. So this is my dict basically. So this is the single item now. This is the another dict I am making here. There is single item. I am not using the list here. I am not using the square bracket. I am the single item. So first I think that I print this. I don't use it, and I will just print this dict to you. You could better understand. Sorry. So you will see. There's a single item. This is the key and the value, key and the value, key and the value. But if I change it, instead of 2018, I want to 2064. I want to write the 2018. So this dict and this key in the square bracket, and then 2018. I will get this 2018. Loop through a dictionary. I could use it. So X in this dict, print X. So these are the brand model. It will give us the column name or what is the keys. Okay, it will give me the keys only. It will not give me the values. If I want the values, I have to use this for loop with a different technique. The print all values in the dictionary one by one. So for X in this dict, this is the same. This is the same. In the print X, instead of print X, I will write the print this dict, and the square bracket, I will write the X. So it will give me the value. Instead of brand model in here, it is giving me that. Suppose if I run that, instead of I run this one, I run this. Now this dict is this one, that there are two items. And then I run this loop. Getting? Whole list I will get. Is it clear? You can also use the values function in return values of the dictionary. For X in this dict dot values in the for loop and the print X. So you will get the list again here. Okay. And loop through the both keys and the values you both want. The key you also require and the values you also require. So you will the X and Y in this dict items and X, Y both. So you will see here we get the both item. Okay. So in this way. And if you want to see the key exists or not. So you see we have the brand model in the year. And the model in this dict, print yes model is in one of the keys in this dictionary. Print time in this dict. So you'll see. So it is the model is there, but time is not there. So it is giving you the false. It is the separate function. It is not here included. This print is a separate. It is not.
I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the dictionary you have created brand. Each and every dictionary you have created two values, right? Ford, Fiat, Mustang, XYZ, like the two values you have created. In one in model, if you have created one value, it will be okay. It will be accepted.
The one value is here now. Ford and Mustang and 1964 here in this dictionary. This is the key and this is the value. Key is basically, if I show you this dictionary, you could, what does this dictionary do? I will explain you first. Dictionary, just like we could convert the dictionary in a data frame with the help of some package in the Python. That is the pandas library, we use it. And the pandas we use as an allies like PD and the PD.data frame, this dict. So dictionary you are getting in this way, but when I show you the data frame, convert this in data frame, it will look like this. I will just show you. It is running still. You see, getting this? This one. Yes. Yeah. Vijayan. Yes. Have you got it? Because the dictionary is the data type of Python basic. Because the Python is a universal language, we apply for the web application, we apply it for the embedded language, we apply it for the some software, and we also use for as an enterprise language like the data analytics and this or data science purpose. So this dict we don't directly use in the data science, we use the data frame. So we require the pandas library, which we use for analysis.
Sir, I have a query. Can I ask?
Yes, yes.
Sir, like inside a dictionary, can we have all tuple, list, and set all together? And suppose if we want to make changes, like in dictionary, changes is possible. So inside the dictionary, if we are having all these three and we make changes through tuple, will it work? No.
No. In the dictionary, the values are always in the list form.
Okay.
No, values are always in a list form.
Okay.
We could
So we
not
cannot
use
take
the
set.
tuple there.
Okay. Okay.
Even we could not use the set over there.
Okay.
Because set is not a, we could not take the duplicate elements in the set. But if you have like a column like gender, so male, female will come many times.
Yeah.
So you could not use the set over there.
Okay.
So that is only the list we could use the multiple times any item.
Okay.
So that is the every column in a dictionary, every value, this thing in a dictionary, it is basically a list. You see here, it is always in the list format. So that is the thing.
Okay.
So I will not go in deep later on. Tomorrow we will see there are so many. It's not a small script. It's a very big script. I don't want to go fast. and we run it tomorrow. It is little bit, not much more. Okay, so we finish it. Up to here we have completed. Now check if key exists. Key exists, we just see in function, as I explained you, just explaining. So model in this dict. So print yes model in this dict. So it is that thing. And this is the separate function I have used. Okay, this is not with the if. Okay. If I make this comment and I print this, it will give me the false, because that time is not there in the key. Or if I write the 4, see what happens. It will give me the false, because it will give me the output of the key of the variable name. Okay. So you asked me some question, Vijayan. Yes.
Sir, just go above, sir. I will tell you again.
Which one? Here, no? I have explained that thing in we convert this in the data frame, and the data frame we get in this way. Because in the data science, we work on the data frame.
Got disconnected. Sir, I got disconnected, sir. That's why.
Okay. Now you got it. I have converted this dictionary in a data frame. Okay, using some library, that is a pandas, which is the data manipulation package we apply for the data science purpose. So whenever we analyze the data, we convert the dictionary in data frame. Okay. And
so it has to be equal number of values.
What?
In brand 2 values, model 2 values, right?
Yes.
In brand
values should be there. Equal number of values should be there. Suppose if I write only one value. Suppose I write only one value. I will show you that also. I write only one value here. Okay. And I run it. What I am getting? Arrays must be all the same length. Got it?
Okay.
If you get this sort of confusion, you apply the thing. Either it will give you the error and give the reason also in the error. Okay. And here we were. Now, okay. So, what I was doing here, why it is key exists, I explained you. Or we could use the if condition. If we don't want in the form of true and false, then we could apply the conditional statement. If model is something is exists, then it will respond in this way instead of that true and false. So we could use the if condition here and we could get this thing. Okay. Dictionary length is the same function as we applied in the list. Adding items. So adding an item to a dictionary is done by using the new index key and assigning a value to it. So the index key is the color. There are the brand, model. Here I am using another index, that is a color, and red is the value. So I will get the color red. Removing items, if I want to remove the item, then the whole column I will remove from it. So I will use the pop function. And it will remove the model. There's only 2 now out of 3. The pop item method removes the last inserted item. In version 3.7 or the red item is removed instead. So the last item it will remove if you want, if you don't write any index, so it will remove the year. We know that will remove. The delete. So delete will also the same way, but we could delete the whole dictionary also. So when you delete the dictionary, it will show us the error. When we want to print, it will show that there is no name like this dict. Clear will remove all the values and the keys and everything, and it will give the curly bracket only. Copy a dictionary, as I explained you, dot copy we have to write, and that's very important. I will not explain this again. And we could make the copy like this also, dict this dict. Yes, we have taken the copy in the list also, the list function, and in this list we have my list and this list in the list function. Now the nested dictionary, that is very important. We have my family, one name is Emil, year 2004, child 2, TBS 2007, 2011. So we have the, you see there are the one big dictionary. In one big dictionary, there is, we have a small one sub dictionary, and then we have second, and then we have third. Okay, child 2 we have second dictionary, and child 3 we have the third dictionary. So we have the, in the big dictionary we are putting it, and the print my family. So we are getting in this way. Or we could do in this way also. We could make a separate child 1 dictionary, separate child 2 dictionary, separate child 3 dictionary, then we merge them together. So it is the C1, C2, C3, we are giving the name child 1, child 2, child 3, and we get in this way also. So this you could use the both way for nested the dictionary, more than one dictionary. If you want to merge, you could merge in this way. We will see later on the so many ways of merging, joining dictionary later on, not now. Now the dict constructor. So there is only single bracket in the dictionary. In the previous, whenever we were using the constructor in the list or constructor in the tuple, there were no constructor in the set. So we were using the double round bracket. Understand? But here we are using the single round bracket. Okay? Got it? So this is the dict. And the dict methods, you could use some of these methods you could apply and see what happens. Okay? So I think is there there is no doubt now you have? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So let's, okay, one thing I would like to tell, I forget to tell you, that tomorrow there is no session for Python. The day after tomorrow, there would be a session for the Python.
Okay, sir.
Tomorrow I have some meeting somewhere else. So day after tomorrow we will meet. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So I think Vijaya is not there now. Vijay is not there. So the day after tomorrow we will meet in the same time.
Yeah, sir. You can write on a WhatsApp so somebody know if somebody
Yes,
missed.
I will write there on also. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Sir,
Thank you.
Yes.
sir, can you share this script for our practice?
We are sharing this. No?
Or,
I have shared it. I have shared it in the our drive. We have shared it.
No, sir, I haven't got. I mean, you must have missed my email ID.
Okay, so are you filled that certificate form of Google?
Yes, yes.
But I have not seen your name over there, Aditya. I see there. Okay.
Okay. In case in case that certificate is unavailable on your end, I will fill up that form once again.
Okay. Okay.
Because whatever I remember, I have filled it up in the beginning only.
Okay. Okay. Because I have got only, I have not got your name over there. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fine, sir.
Okay.
I will check it with Mukesh, sir, then.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir.